one without the other. Right? But we have too many agencies. We have too much government. I agree. Well, you know, sir, I think that... Okay, but when you say putting it on the little people, the reality is, if we keep the status quo, and so far the Democratic Party, with all due respect, has not given us any plan to control or continue the entitlement program. And it was ignored, sir. The president ignored the commission that he put a deficit commission together and he ignored it. And it was ignored. And Paul Ryan actually met with that budget commission and worked with several people that were part of the budget commission. I agree. Right, but you're right. I absolutely agree. If we don't get serious about our debt problem, we're going to lose our country. Okay. But all of those essential needs, you're absolutely right. But you know what? It's an overall, everything is related to everything else. I agree with you. And I said that from the beginning. I said, this is a problem that everyone's going to need to come together and work on. So we put a plan on the table. And instead of coming and saying, okay, I think we need to change this or work with this, all we did was demonize it. I don't think that furthers the debate. But at least we're having the debate. At least we have the political courage to stand up and say, guess what, everyone? We're going broke. We cannot continue to spend money that we don't have. I'm sorry? I'm sorry, I can't hear you now. I'm sorry.
Where are the jobs?
Since the first Bush tax cuts happened, they haven't shown up. They have not shown up. Where are the jobs?
Where are the jobs from the stimulus?
What's more important? CBO said the stimulus created jobs. It did not.
Come on.
I did.
By giving them more money, somehow they will magically spring the rest of us for jobs. I actually don't believe that. I believe that's not actually true. What happens is that people much want more, and also greed. You know, the investor greed, so that those who have more want even more. And they go around and say, how can we get more? They don't want to give more jobs now. What they want to do is make 2 jobs into 1. What they want to do is 1099 people in this New York State. And if you don't go along with 1099, you know what 1099 is?
Yes, it is. It's your private contract.
Yeah, if you don't go along with 1099, then they get rid of it. So that's what happens if you give. So if you are giving money to people who already have it, there is no guarantee that they're going to get any jobs.
And no evidence.
Please hold on. There's no guarantee. Who says you give guys for $1 billion money? What are they going to do? Buy another yacht? Buy a third yacht?
Who builds the yacht? Who builds the yacht? Who builds the yacht?
We had a question though. Who builds the yachts and who sells the yachts? Somewhere in China. We keep coming back to again, I wanted to have an overall discussion tonight. We're getting really close to our time. We're way over the time. But again, what did I take away from this meeting? We need to tax the millionaires and billionaires. And that's the magical formula that's going to change our country. I know that's not yours, sir, but overwhelmingly that seems to be the point.
Here's the takeaway. Keep your hands off Medicare.
Please, ma'am, as I said, no signs, please. No signs. Please put those signs down.
One more time, because I'm going to have to for a while. Behind you there with the hat. Behind you with the hat.
Okay, a few things on taxes. A few years ago, many years ago, they passed a luxury tax on voting and other items. You know that tax, wait a second, well, let me just answer your point. That tax almost put the boat industry out of business completely. Okay? The point is, taxes don't always have the desired effect. Okay? It's very short-sighted to say that you should tax this because they'll pay it anyway. You know what they're going to do? They're not going to pay it anyway. They're going to find another way, or they won't buy that product. Now, just one other point, if I may. The Bush tax cut helped everyone.
This young lady was reading the whole time, and the only one in the top, so I really wanted to respect her. Go ahead.
Please, we have your attention, please.
She's listened to all of you. At least let's give her the floor, please. Be respectful.
Okay, so if I'm in debt, I might, spend a little less, for sure. But I wouldn't quit my job. So what I don't understand is if this whole budget is about making sure that we are able to, get out of debt, then why are we still providing tax cuts to the people that need it less? I want to know why we support that if we're trying to get out of debt.
Well, I think the fundamental ideological debate is who needs it less. It's no, in all sincerity, what this debate has turned into is class warfare. I mean, let's be honest about it. That's the Democratic answer right now, is to create class warfare. And that's what you're doing. That's what's happening. And I've already explained, and I'll explain it again. I really do believe that when we lower taxes across the board on everybody, there will be an increase in revenue. And you fundamentally disagree with that, but nothing's going to change. I disagree with some of my constituents. And unfortunately, my job is to lead. My job is to lead.
One person at a time.
During that time, you say there was no economic boom during 2001 to 2008?
We all say boom.
Well,
It's about 800,000 per year to maintain.
and there's no question. But what also has changed? What also has changed besides taxes?
The rich got richer.
The worst, I don't think, is that the reason we lost jobs? We're talking about losing jobs. Okay. And the Iraq war is over, and we're drawing down troops. Well, we're down to 46,000 troops in Iraq. They will be completely drawn down by December of this year. You can't just hold on. The war in Iraq is officially over. We are now withdrawing troops. You cannot remove logistically all of that equipment overnight. We are drawing down as quickly as we can.
But when we were before, haven't we raised the taxes to pay for the war? Now we have two wars that we're in that we've cut taxes on.
Well, one is ended.
Why is that never mentioned?
One is ended.
Why is that ended? How many billions?
One has officially ended and is being drawn down as quickly as possible.
Officially, but
No,
how many
man,
billions?
you're wrong. We're down to 46,000 troops and they're leaving every day. As quickly as we can move them.
Iraq is over.
Okay.
For 10 years, I know. He's saying it's over. Listen. You're saying Iraq's over. Okay, I'll agree with you on that one.
And it's being drawn down as quickly as we can.
No. Now listen, for 10 years, it hasn't been paid for. I mean, we've been borrowing to pay for this war.
There is no question that we spend a lot of money on the war. I don't disagree.
But this,
So you've been talking about the idea, the claim that cutting tax rates will, lowering tax rates will broaden, the tax base and increase revenues.
And make us more competitive.
Put competitive aside. Well, let's include competitive. All right. So I was born in 1980. My entire lifetime, we've been testing that theory under Reagan, first Bush, second Bush. That supply side has been thoroughly tested. Did it work?
I think overall, yes, it does.
So right now, has the tax base been broadened?
The tax base has not been broadened enough because there are other factors too. When you look at everything in the economy, and this is where I'm going to wrap up, when you look at the economy as a whole, you can't just take out little things and say, well, this didn't work, that didn't work. Here's the reality. The world has changed. Whether we like it or not, the global markets, the emerging markets, have emerged. Years ago, we had the luxury of being the only game in town. In the United States, there was nowhere else to go. But places like China, places like India, places like Singapore, and we can go on and on, have fully emerged. And their economies are growing, and growing at scale. And because of that, we are losing market share, and we are losing jobs. There's no question about that. We are losing market share and we are losing jobs to foreign countries. There's no question. That's just common sense because there's more competition.
Congressman.
I mean,
Sir, we had questions on that.
I'm now saying, give me time. Sir, with all due respect, let me finish up, please. The bottom line is, markets have emerged, our global economy has changed. Okay? People nowadays are in Singapore trading from a laptop when they have a firm here in New York. And they move their firm from New York to Singapore. It happens every day. So as the global market increases, if the United States thinks we're not going to lose market share, then we're simply not realistic. Of course we are. Why? Because other countries don't have the same labor rules that we have, so they have cheaper labor. They don't have the same regulations as far as the environmental standards, so they have cheaper products. All of those things are facts that we have to deal with.
Get rid of the unions, that'll take care of it.
Please. Please.
So, okay, based on the fact that we live in a global world where companies are much more readily available to leave our country, and there are incentives they're being given. In these countries, they give them land. They help them build their factories. They don't tell them,